Hey, what's going on? Lunchtime again. I'm out here. I got some great stuff for you today. Today, I want to talk to you about stress and obesity. Can you believe that 86% of the time, obesity is a leading factor, is associated to obesity? Can you believe that? That's a huge number, right? When I first learned that stress could possibly be associated to weight gain, fat gain, was when I was attending a ship shape course in Guam when I was trying to, learn more about weight loss and how to lose weight and everything, right? And I was in this class, and one of the weeks, I don't remember which week it was specifically. I think we were like maybe week 4, maybe, or 5 of the 8-week course, right? And anyway, so we were in the class, small group, maybe like 5 people, right? If you listen to my other videos, you've heard me talk about this before, but Mr. Martinez was up there talking about it, and what they were teaching was that basically stress causes people to gain fat, and it actually, stress has a major impact on your hormone levels and everything else. And so what that means is that even though we're doing all the right things to lose weight, we're like sabotaging our own body's chemistry inside. That's like doing the opposite of what we want to do. So let's say we're doing a calorie deficit, we're exercising, we're doing all these things, but we're stressed out. It's like going against, you're fighting your own self. It's really hard. And there's different hormones and everything else that get affected in the process. But believe it or not, like 3 weeks of the course that I was in focused on some form of like lowering your stress levels. It was a huge factor, believe it or not, in you being able to lose weight. It's really big, 86% of the cases, right? And then, so that kind of stuck with me. I was like, wow, so you need to really think about this stuff throughout your day, because it could really, we all want to lose weight, right? We want to lose weight, and we want to get the most out of our time. If we're doing these things, they're very hard. And when we don't see progress, that can be devastating, because a lot of us will stop a program because we'll say it doesn't work, and it might be working. It's just that your hormones are jacked up because you're stressed out. Think about how stressful your jobs are. I'm in the Navy, and I'm sure anyone in the military, it doesn't matter what branch, can speak to how much stress is associated to a job. Think about it. You got to deploy for 6 months at a time, maybe longer. You're leaving your family with the newborn child behind. There's so many things, and you may have a really demanding job, real demanding boss that's stressing you out at work. You don't have a time to breathe. There's really a lot of things that can really be stressing you out. And if you take the time to really deal with the stress and learn how to handle stress, it can have a huge impact on your weight loss. And I later learned about it again when I was going through one of the Chris Gethin's 8-week hardcore trainers. And one of the things he was talking about was when you go to the gym and you work out, and I've actually read this in other courses too, not just Chris Gethin's, but when you go to the gym and you work out and you're tearing the muscles down, it's very stressful on your body when you're in the gym doing these exercises. It's very stressful on the nervous system, and that'll actually have the same effect on your body as having a stressful environment at work, having a stressful environment at home. Maybe you and your spouse don't get along well, and that creates a lot of stress. Maybe there's life crises going on. People died. Things happen in life all the time. Can bump up your stress levels and can cause that. And so even in muscle gain, believe it or not, when you have stress, your body wants to put on fat and tear down muscle. Isn't that crazy? That's horrible. I'm going to lose muscle and gain fat. The exact opposite of what you're trying to do. So it's really important that if you're trying to lose weight, that you really think about your stress levels. Because if you don't, you're going to hit a wall. You're going to hit this wall, and you're not going to know why you're not losing weight. You're going to be wondering, what the heck's going on? I'm doing everything right, and I'm not losing weight. And you're stressed out. You know, there was actually some studies that I was looking it up, and there was actually some clinical studies that were done on, that's where I came up with the 86% number, was one of the clinical studies that they had done. That's where they got this information. And I wrote down some notes here from it, and it was, they did one clinical study. If you want to look it up, let's see, the number for the study is PMC 6294680. But anyway, if you were to look up this study, you would see that there was 45 adults that were in the study, and they did an 8-week plan with them, and they split them into 2 control groups. And I guess the study just ran for 8 weeks, and they figured out how to that they had one group where they were doing different things that could actually bring down your stress levels, and the other one was just a normal life situation group. And they found, and these were all obese people, and they found that the one that was working on the stress relief and all this other things that they had them doing, their body fat percentage went down, their different hormone levels were lower than the other group, and their life was better. It was just a ton of different things that were way better than the other group, right? And I looked at it further, and I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more clinical studies on the same thing that found the same results as that one. And one specific one, which was really cool, it focused on abdominal fat, so your stomach fat. And it focused on stomach fat specifically. And they said that stress, they found they did the same control groups, and that this one ran for 4 months with 47 women specifically in this group, 2 different groups, and the different types of fat in the stomach. After the 4 months, they lost a lot of their abdominal fat just from lowering their stress. So abdominal snowman, forget abdominal, stomach fat is linked. Stress is linked to stomach fat. So a lot of us are wondering, man, my stomach's fat. Or the fat underneath the muscle is called visceral fat. You got fat on top of the muscle, that's whatever kind of fat, that's the fat that sits on top. But the fat that's underneath the muscle, around the organs, that's called visceral fat, and that actually expands. Those are the people that look like they're pregnant, and their stomach's way out. I had that once when I was bulking. My stomach was ridiculously, it was tight and fat, and it looked horrible. But anyway, so there you go. All these freaking studies were done. So really, if you look at it, a lot of the plans that they had them on were 8 weeks. And every plan I've been on was 8 weeks. ShipShape was 8 weeks. The course trainers I was on was 8 weeks. Everything's 8 weeks. You know why we do 8 weeks? We want a plan that's 8 weeks long, because that's how long it takes to change a habit. And we're not in this for quick results. I'm not trying to help you out for 1 week so that you can fall back into your old habits the next week after that and lose any benefits you gained from learning anything at all. You need to go through 8 weeks. Not a month, not 3 weeks, not 6 weeks. 8 weeks is what it's take. It's proven 8 weeks will develop a new habit. And what happens when you do a new habit? When you develop a new habit, you enjoy doing that. Think about anything you do right now as a habit. And if someone stops you from doing that, breaks that rhythm, you get upset because you've developed that habit. Right now, I go to the gym in the morning, and if something comes up that I got duty or something like that that comes in the way of me being able to go to my workout in the morning, it screws up my entire results. My entire mental game. I have to rethink, okay, well, what am I going to do today? And I hate it, right? Because I have my habit is established. Any habit you have, you don't even know it. A habit is basically you've programmed yourself to do a certain thing a certain way, and you don't think about it anymore. That's what you got to do. You need an 8-week plan. Get an 8-week plan. You go through that 8-week plan, and then you establish this new habit, and you figure out the ways that you can bring down your stress levels. And if you do that, you're going to see the fat start. Maybe you're stuck at a plateau. People call them plateaus. Maybe this will start helping you get moving again. Start losing body fat again if you're already trying. If not, then it's a great time to start, period, and start losing some body fat just from the stress relief. Now, I do have an 8-week course that I'm developing. It's not done yet, but I'm really excited. And there's going to be a huge section on stress relief in there because I know how important it is and the methods that I personally use to lose stress and lower my stress levels. And they work amazing. Amazing. Oh, man. You got to see these things. I mean, some of the stuff in there will blow your mind. But anyway, you can go to my website, internalizedweightloss.com, sign up for the waiting list, and I'm going to let you know as soon as it's ready. All right, well, look, I hope this helped, and if it did, please share it. I would really appreciate it. Let other people know. Let them know about this big, huge problem that could potentially be sabotaging their weight loss efforts. All right, take care. This is Oliver. Wish you the best of luck. Bye now.